When I was young and I was in school, I was not very smart. But when I read stories about the saints, my brain became activated. I'm Richard Montalbano. My grandparents were born in Italy, and my parents were born in America. And in 1913, my father started a woodworking factory in his father's garage and eventually moved to larger quarters. As time went on, we moved into a larger factory, and I built a chapel where we could have Mass for the workers, so it would be more convenient for them on holy days. Eventually, we moved to Bellwood, where we built a larger chapel with 350 statues and icons and 365 relics of saints. And Visitation Parish in Elmhurst used to bring the 8th grade kids there once a year before confirmation so they could learn about the saints to pick their names. 7 years ago, I lost the factory, and Visitation gave me a home for the chapel, which we now call the Crypt of the Saints. We still teach all the young people about the saints, actually over 800 kids a year now. And the reason why I built the chapel, we call it the Crypt of the Saints in Elmhurst, is because it's a terrible world out there. It's a crazy world, too much evil, and our goal is to save over 1,000 souls. All these young kids, we want to put them on the right narrow path. At our factory, a couple ladies were in our chapel for quite a while, and I asked them, can I help you? And they says, well, we know this is a furniture factory. We don't need any furniture. But we came in here, something told us to come inside the building. We came in, we saw a signed chapel, so we're praying. I said, what are you praying for? Well, my mother's got a brain tumor, and that's why we're praying. And I said, well, I know who told you to come inside the building. It's May 22nd. It's the feast of St. Rita. She's patron of brain tumors, and we're having Mass today at 12 o'clock. You're going to stay for Mass. I took the relic, the first-class relic, and I blessed her with it, and I gave her the prayer card. And I says, you take this home with you, and you say this prayer. So 3 months later, I get a letter from her, and she says, you may not remember me. I was the one with the mother who had the brain tumor. When we were going past your factory, we were actually planning my mother's funeral because they only gave her 1 month to live, and it's in remission. St. Rita must have been looking out for her. Thank you very much. You had faith, you believed, and it was the will of God, and then you get a miracle. I keep all the religious articles. I have holy cards, medals, and everything else that I give away. I was brought up, you never sell anything religious. And I give them away to nursing homes. I give them to all the kids, confirmation kids, all from kindergarten to 8th grade, because young people are looking for something good and wholesome. About 7 years ago, when we lost our furniture manufacturing factory, we sat down with our accountant, and it was myself and my 2 sons, and my accountant looked at us, and he said, you know, guys, he says, if you didn't do all your charities out of the business and spend your life doing this, each one of you would have $1 million in the bank, and your business would be worth about 3 or 4 million, and you'd be out of debt instead of losing everything. And we said, yeah. And he says, if you had your life to live all over again, what would you do? Unanimously, we said the same thing. We did what we love doing, helping other people, doing charities, and we are going to continue doing that as long as we're alive. not be able to do great things in this life, but I certainly can do a lot of little things. And my goal, as I said, I want to save thousands of souls. And my goal is I could go in the back door of heaven, and the lowest place in heaven is better than the finest and biggest place on earth. And I want to take as many people with me as possible.
Someone who's used media a lot in evangelization, so I believe in the importance of Catholic radio, Catholic TV, Catholics using the new media. Can I encourage everyone to watch Shalom TV? I think it's a great vehicle of evangelization. And God bless all of you.
Shalom World, God's own channel.